Welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about interviews, how you can prepare yourself and offering some guidance as to really what it is and what you can expect. By the time you've been called for an interview, the interviewers or the recruiter's already gone through your resume and they know that you're a technical match for the position, that you meet the basic requirements and that ideally you have the capabilities and skills that they're looking for. So what really is the interview if they've already determined this from reading your resume? The interview is a process to get to know you a little bit better. In HR speak, it's to determine if you're a cultural fit for the organization. It's to see if you'll mesh with everybody who works there already, and if you're on board with the values and mission of the company. So you'll be challenged with a number of questions, with a number of scenarios to allow the HR manager, the recruiter, the interviewer in general to really find out if you are a match for what they're looking for. Now, generally, you can expect an interview to cover a number of topics. They'll be examining the traits you bring to the table, why you're interested in that position. They'll want to know about your strengths and your weaknesses, and they'll want to really understand how you respond to challenging situations. So I'll just cover these are the big topic items and often the most challenging question areas that one can be asked. So I'll cover them and give you some insight into how you may be able to answer questions around these subjects. So you'll be asked why you're interested in the position. That'll be one of the very first questions that they'll present to you. Now, you'll want to do research into the company and obviously detailed research into the role. Otherwise, hopefully you've done that before you've applied. So the best way to answer a question as to why you're interested is to frame it in a way that highlights your strengths, highlights your skills. Memorize, if you can, as much as possible, the requirements of the job and the objectives of the position, and tie these into what you offer. So if, for example, one of the metrics or one of the requirements of the job is sales meetings, say that, I'm really interested in this job because I have a lot of experience with conducting sales meetings and it's something I'd like to do more of. So tie everything into what you're bringing to the table. So when they're asking you why you're interested in that company, in this particular job, relate it to your skills, relate it to your experience. They'll want to know what some of your key value is, what some of your strengths are. Now, again, you want to frame this answer in a way that lets them know that you're somebody they want to bring on board. So when they ask you what your strengths are, mention things such as, you demonstrate a bias for action. You like to get things done. That you're open to change. That you're coachable. And importantly, that you're collaborative. No company can survive on the efforts of one person alone. Everything's a team effort. So really highlight the fact that you are a team player, that you enjoy collaborative environments. One of the more challenging questions is when they ask you, tell me about a time you failed at something. Now, the best way to answer this is, again, to turn it into a positive, to relate it to a skill that you have, but really turn a weakness or a failure into a positive. So if they ask you, tell us about a time you failed at something, and again, if it's a sales job, mention how you once went for a meeting with a client, but you failed to do research. You didn't truly understand the client's business and you didn't understand how to position your offerings to the client's needs. And if you didn't get the business, tell the interviewer this. Say, this is one of your biggest failures. But what did you learn from this? You learned that you need to do extensive research. You need to understand and learn about the client's business. So you turned it into a positive, and it's something that you incorporated and that you made sure that you did going forward. So you're turning a failure into a positive. They'll want to know about your weaknesses. Tell us, one of the more cliched responses would be something like, "I work too hard, I care too much." Avoid giving a cliched response. I can guarantee you that 99% of other people in interviews will give such a response. If they ask you about a weakness, think of something that's not critical to the job. So, for example, again, using our sales position example, mention how you have experience with certain CRM platforms, customer relationship management platforms, but maybe not the one that they're using. So say that, one of my weaknesses is that I do have experience with CRM platforms, but I'm a little bit weak on Salesforce, and that's something I really look forward to getting more experience with and exposure to if you offer the opportunity to do that. So again, in all of this, what you're trying to do, you're trying to frame who you are, your weaknesses, your failures, in a way that positions you as a great candidate for the job. They're not interested in knowing about your failures just to see, is this person honest? Will they tell us about a time they failed? They want to see how you react to failure, how you react to challenging times. So answer the question in a way that ends on a positive note. So again, an interview isn't so much a stage in the process where they want to learn about your technical skills, where they want to learn about specifically what you did in previous places of employment. They want to learn more about you as a person, if you're a fit for the organization, if you have the mindset that works with the rest of the company, if you're open to learning, if you're open to change. And more importantly, to see if that you can become a team player. So as much as you can, frame all of your answers in a way that really truly positions you not just for the requirements of the job, but for the company at large. It means that you need to do some research. I hope you got some value from this video. Check out the rest of my content, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate you subscribing to this channel, liking this video. It's my objective, my goal in a lot of what I do is to help as many people land that dream job to get to the next stage in their lives. And you're subscribing to this channel and liking this video and sharing helps me do this. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.